Pick up.
Legend lives on from the Chippewa on down to the big lake they call Gitchagumi. The lake it is said never gives up her dead when the skies in November turn gloomy. With a load of iron or 26,000 tons more than the Edmond Fitzgerald weighed empty. That good shipping crew was a bone to be chewed when the gales of November came early. The ship was the pride of the American side, coming back from some mill in Wisconsin. As big freighters go, it was bigger than most, with a crew and good captain well seasoned, including some terms with a couple steel firms. They left fully loaded for Cleveland. And later that night when the ship's bell rang, could it be the north wind they'd been feeling? The wind and the wires made a tattletale sound, and a wave broke over the railing. And every man knew, as the captain did too, 'twas the witch of November came stealing. The dawn came late and the breakfast had to wait, when the gales of November came slashing. When afternoon came, it was freezing rain in the face of a hurricane west wind. Supper time came, the old cook came on deck saying, "Fellas, it's too rough to feed ya." At 7 p.m. my main hatchway caved in. He said, "Fellas, it's been good to know ya." The captain wired in, he had water coming in, and the good shipping crew was in peril. And later that night when the lights went out of sight came the wreck of the Edmond Fitzgerald. Does anyone know where the love of God goes when the waves turn the minutes to hours? The searchers all said they'd have made Whitefish Bay if they'd put 15 more miles behind her. They might have slid up, or they might have capsized, or they may have broke deep and took water. And all that remains are the faces and the names of the wives, the sons, and the daughters. They carry on rolls with spear scenes in the rooms of her ice-watered mansion. Michigan steams like a young man's dreams. The islands and bays are for sportsmen. And farther below, Lake Ontario takes in what Lake Erie can send her. Iron boats go, as the mariners all know, the gales of November remember. In a musty old hall in Detroit they prayed in the Maritime Sailor Cathedral. The church bell chimed, it rang 29 times for each man on the Edmond Fitzgerald. The legend lives on from the Chippewa on down to the big lake they call Gitchagumi. Lake Superior, they said, never gives up her dead when the gales of November came early.